This conference will now be recorded.
Good afternoon, students. Okay, now today's class we are just going to see the OSI layers, that is Open System Interconnect layers. That is, we are going to see the TCP/IP model. Okay, what are the model used for our internet? Okay, just we are going to see the basic layers and the functions of each and every layers. Just we are going to learn in this class. Okay, and before that, let me recall the points. Okay, that is in last class we have seen the connecting devices, right? Okay, let us recall the points and then we can go for the OSI layers. Okay. And what are the connecting devices we have used in networks? Can anyone name the connecting devices? And what are the devices, connecting devices we have learned in last class? Very good, Rahul. Hub, router, switches, yes. Then router, okay, repeaters, okay, is very good, Priyadashni, very good. See, we have seen various connecting devices that has been employed in networking. Okay, the first one is your hubs, routers, then switches, then routers and repeaters. Okay, can anyone say what is the use of hub? Can hub எதுக்காக யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம்? Hub, repeaters. Okay, first you can say for hub. What is the use of hub? HUB, hub. And what is the use of hub? Hub is a connecting device, right? Just we are going to use a hub for connecting purpose. Just I'm going to use a hub and connect all the computers in my network. That is the use of hub. Okay. Kind of what about repeaters? Yes, very good, Rahul. Connecting two PCs. Very good. Kind of what about repeaters? Kind of repeaters எப்ப யூஸ் பண்ணுவோம்? For network repeaters, when we are going to use it? Very good, Priyadashni. Just I'm going to use the repeaters for regenerating the signal strength. Very good. When the signal is weak, I'm going to use the repeater and I'm going to get a copy of my original signal. Okay. See, please do remember the repeater doesn't amplify the signal. Okay, it just regenerates the signal. Okay, that is the use of the repeaters. And main part, what is the meaning of the switch? What does the switch do? What is the use of switch? Any idea what is the use of switch? See, switches are generally used for connecting purpose, but we have a what table is there in switch? என்ன table irukka switch la? What is the table you are having in the switches? This switch is a connecting device, right? What kind of table we are having in a switch? Very good, Priyadashni. MAC address table. Okay, see, we have a MAC address table in a switches, and based upon the MAC address, that is the source MAC address and destination MAC address, I'm going to route the packet to a destination. Okay, that is the use of switches. What is router? What is the use of router? Very important question. They'll be asking in all the interviews. What is the use of router? Can anyone say what is the use of routers? Why we are using router? Very good, Praveen. It is used for internet access. Okay, I want to connect to a internet. I need a router. Okay, see, for combining two different network. Very good, Praveen. Just internet, right? Just I'm going to use a router and I'm going to connect two different network. Okay, see, I have one dot network and I have other two dot network. Okay, so in order to connect the different networks, I'm going to use a routers. Okay, see, in the routers, I'm having the IP address table or routing table. Okay, the router will be having those table and the router, based upon the routing table, it will route the packet to a proper destination. Okay, is it clear? And we have seen routers, right? The router is nothing but the bridge, the combination of the bridges and your router, we call as a routers. Okay, and we have seen gateways. The gateway is nothing but the function of a router, but it will have a dedicated link. We will be using those in organizations, the big organizations. Okay. So these are the connecting devices we have seen in last class. Okay. See, today's class, the very important topic. Okay, just we are going to see the OSI reference model. Okay, we call it as a TCP IP model. Okay, that is we call as a reference model for our internet. Okay. See, in the interview, they'll be asking what is the reference model we are following. Okay, that is our OSI reference model. And for our internet, we are just going to use TCP IP model, transmission control protocol, internet protocol. This is your protocol used for our internet. Okay, today's class, we are going to learn about the reference model and TCP IP model. Very, very interesting topic. Okay, please do listen. And also many questions. Okay, as I'm repeatedly saying, the interview questions will be from this OSI model. Okay, so please do concentrate. In between, I'll ask questions also. Okay, please do concentrate. See, today's agenda of the session is that I'm going to explain you the various OSI layers, and I'm going to introduce the TCP IP model, and we are going to see what is the function of each and every layer, and we are going to see the compare and contrast of the OSI and TCP model, and also the protocols and application of our TCP IP model. Okay. So first we are going to learn what is OSI model, and then 7 layers, then responsibilities of each and every layers. Okay, this is what we are going to learn. Okay, see, the primary aim of our network is that we want to exchange the data between two devices. Okay, just we are going to communicate the data. That is, I want to communicate or exchange the data between our end devices, that is source and destination. Okay, so I'm going to have 2 LAN networks, and I'm going to exchange the data from this here to this network. Okay, just I'm going to transfer the data. Okay, so let's see what all the things we need. Okay, see here, this is the network. See, I said you before, right? It is a network. See, to the A network, I'm going to connect my computer. This is the source computer A, and B is my destination computer. Okay, so I want to transfer the packet from here to here. Okay, that is from A system to B system. So what happened means my data packet, it will be traveling to a switches, and from this switch it will reach the router, and through the router it gets connected to the network B, and from the network B it passes to switches, and from here it will pass through this router, and from here the router it will pass through this switch, and it will reach my destination network. Okay, this is how the packet travels. Okay, see, this is the networks, different networks connected, and this is how the packet travel from A to B. Okay, from here to here, it will pass through different network by using the routers. Okay, I can connect different network by using these routers, and I will reach the destination. Okay, yes, you know it, right? Just we have a sender. The sender has set of rules and programs. There is rules and regulations, and receiver also have set of rules and regulations. Just we are going to transfer the data. Okay, transfer the message. Okay, so let's see how it travels. Okay, just we, you know it, right? I'm going to travel the message from the sender to receiver, right? Just we are going to see how the message is divided into packets, and how the packets is being divided into zeros and ones, and how the zeros and ones are traveled. Okay, let us see. Yes, now this is the basic thing. Okay, see, earlier days we are using the letters, right? We'll be writing the letter, and we'll be putting in an envelope, and we'll be dropping in a mailbox, right? The similar way, the same procedure here also we are going to follow in the OSI layers. Okay, see here, just we are going to compare the letter. Okay, that is whatever we are doing, the process involved in sending a letter, just we are just going to compare to a OSI model. Okay, See, first we are going to drop the letter in a mailbox. Then the letter is being carried from the mailbox to the post office by a postman. And by reading the address, the postman will check where to send those letters and he will deliver the letters. Okay, so similar way, we are going to use the layers here. Okay, just I'm going to use different layers. Okay, we call as a OSI layers for sending my packets or data to a destination system. Okay, see, see what is the full form for OSI? Open System Interconnect or Interconnection. Okay, OSI stands for Open System Interconnection. It is a reference model. The ISO, the International Standard Organization, they have framed this OSI reference model for communicating the data between two different devices. Okay, see this OSI model, it will allow any two different systems to communicate with each other. Okay, see whatever the architecture, whatever the software, whatever the hardware maybe, okay, without changing the requirements of those systems, we can transfer the data to a two systems. That is, in any part of the world, we can communicate with each other. Okay, that is the main purpose of our OSI model. Okay, the purpose of our OSI model is to open communicate between different systems without requiring changes in underlying hardware and software of those systems. Okay, that is our OSI model. It is a reference model followed for transmission of data, and for internet we are going to use the reference model named as TCP/IP model. Okay, okay, coming to layers. Okay, these are 7 layers of our OSI model. Okay, see the first layer is nothing but physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport, session, presentation, and application. Okay, see these are the 7 layers. Okay, even though physical layer is the first one, okay, but the application layer, the 7th layer will be the user interface layer. Okay, this is how the data will be transferring. Okay, see the 7 layers, there is a mnemonics for remembering those layers. Okay, can anyone say those mnemonics? எனக்கு தெரியுமா? ஈஸியா ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கலாம், ஒரு கோட் வேர்ட் மாதிரி இருக்கு, தெரியுமா? And what is the code word for remembering this? Anyone knows? Yes or no? Guys, anyone knows this code word for remembering these layers? No. Okay. Okay, Sanjeev, let me say. Okay. See, the first letter is A, right? First letter is A, then P, N, S, T, N, D, P, right? So you can remember the mnemonics like this. All people seems to need data processing. Okay. All people seems to need data processing. This is a mnemonics. Okay. You can just remember this mnemonics so that you can list out the name of these layers. Okay. The application, presentation, session, transport, network, data link layer, physical layer. Okay. Just you can remember the mnemonics like this. Okay. All people seems to need data processing. Okay. See, we are seeing the OSI 7 layers. There is a mnemonic for remembering this. That is, all people seems to need data processing. Okay, just you can remember this. See, see the diagram. This is your transmitter, or just I'm going to send the data from this system, the first system. Okay, and this is your second system. This is the destination computer. Okay, yes, Rahul, very good. Please do not touch Surya pen at any cost. Very good. Okay, this is also nice. Very good, Rahul. Yes, you can remember this mnemonics also. Yes, very good. See here, I'm going to transmit the data. Okay, just I'm going to transmit the data from here, from source, from this system 1 to system 2. Okay, for example, I'm typing a mail. Okay, www.gmail.com or google.com. Just I'm going to enter it and I'm going to send a mail to my friend. Okay. So what happens means here, whatever data, for example, if I'm transferring a file, see this file from this system, it will enter the application layer. Okay, it will enter here. First, it will enter here, then it will pass to presentation, then the data will come to session, then it will reach transport layer, then it will reach network layer, then data link layer, then it will reach physical layer, and from here it will reach the physical medium. Okay, that is either we can go for the electromagnetic waves, that is wireless medium or wired medium. I can go, and the signal, the data will be transmitted, and from here it will reach another physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, and then it reach the application layer, and here finally we will get the data. Okay, is it clear? See, whatever message I am sending, it will first enter these 7 layers and it will reach the physical layer, and then it goes like this, and the receiver data, it will goes like this: physical, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, like this it will reach, and it will reach the destination. Okay, this is the 7 layers of OSI model. Okay, just we are going to learn what is the function of each and every layer. Okay, let me explain. See, once the message, okay, I said you right. For example, I'm transferring the file. Okay, one big file, and just going to transfer it. Okay, see this file. What happened means in application layer, it is a user-friendly layer. Okay, that is various protocols will be there. The file transfer protocol, SMTP, the mail transfer protocol, simple mail transfer protocol, then trivial file transfer protocol. Okay, and telnet. Like that, I have many protocols in application layer, and it will help the message to reach this presentation layer. It is a user-friendly layer, application layer. Okay, the protocols will be working on it, and it will send the data, whatever data we are sending, it will pass it to a presentation. Okay, see here in the presentation, okay, what happened means the whatever data, okay, the big data we are sending, right? Those data, it will be encoded, it will be encrypted. Okay, for example, if I'm sending a file, okay, the file name as the question paper, like that. Okay, so that question paper will be converted to other symbols. Okay, the symbols cannot be read by other persons. Okay, the symbols, it will be converted to other format. Okay, that is the encryption. Okay, and also the data compression will be happening here. Okay, the whatever data I'm sending, it will be compressed and it will be sent to a other layer, that is to a session layer. Okay, the working function of the presentation is to encode the data, encrypt the data. Okay, and coming to the session layer, the data, it will be reaching this layer, and here it will be dividing into sub data. Okay, the session layer will maintain the session, it will establish the connection, it will send the data, and it will drop the connection. For providing the connections, okay, for establishing the connections, to initiate the session, okay, the session layer will be responsible. Next one, the data enters the transport layer. Okay, for a transport layer, what happened means here the data or the message, okay, whichever we are sending, okay, here when it reaches the transport layer, it will be divided into segments. Segment என்னடா சின்ன சின்ன பார்ட்ஸ். ஓகேவா, அதான் என்ன சொல்லுவோம் செக்மெண்ட்ஸ். நம்ம டேட்டா வந்து எப்படின்னா சின்ன சின்ன செக்மெண்ட்ஸா வந்து ஸ்பிளிட் ஆயிரும். அதுதான் என்னது டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட் லேயர். ஓகே, அப்புறம் டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட் லேயர் பாத்தீங்கன்னா it is responsible for end process to process delivery. Okay, that is whether our network or whether our data reaches the proper network, okay, or any errors, okay, those will be checked by transport layer. Okay, next one, network layer. Kind of network layer, what it does means it will divide the segments into the data. Okay, that is the packets. Okay, small packets it will be packing down. That is the function of network layer. Okay, and the network layer is responsible for end-to-end delivery of packets within the network. Okay, kind of transport layer வந்து process to process delivery, whether நம்ம சென்ட் பண்ண டேட்டா வந்து டெஸ்டினேஷன்ல ஃபுல்லா ரீச் ஆயிடுச்சான்னு பாக்குறதுக்கு தான் டிரான்ஸ்போர்ட் லேயர். ஓகே, அதே நெட்வொர்க் லேயர் பாத்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம டேட்டா பேக்கெட்ஸ் வந்து பர்டிகுலர் நெட்வொர்க்ல, ஒரு நெட்வொர்க்ல டேட்டா வந்து டெஸ்டினேஷன்ல ரீச் ஆயிடுச்சான்னு பாக்குறதா நெட்வொர்க் லேயர். ஓகே, transport layer, process to process delivery, network layer, end to end delivery within the network. Okay, whereas data link layer we here the segments will be further divided into small frames. Okay, frames and so on. Okay, chinna frames are divide adna inga data link layer. Here in the data link layer, we are going to use switches. Okay, network layer I'm going to use routers, and here data link layer I'm going to use switches. Switches, we know it, right? The MAC address table is there. By reading the source MAC address and destination MAC address, my packet will be routed to a destination. Okay, so this is the function of data link layer. Then physical layer. Kind of physical layer, what happened means the frames will be further converted into zeros and ones. Okay, kind of நம்ம data அப்படியே transmit பண்ண முடியாதுல்ல, அப்படியே transmit பண்ண அந்த நம்ம வந்து ஒரு physical medium வேணும், either wired or wireless, right? So in order to convert the data, I'm going to use the frames. The frames will be converted here as a zeros and ones. Okay, so once it is zeros and ones, I can transmit to physical media or the wired media or wireless. Okay, I can either go for wired, I can go for the Ethernet cables, or if it is wireless, I can transmit to wireless medium by transmitting to a electromagnetic signals. I can transmit. Okay, so in the receiver side also the same thing. Okay, it will reaches the zeros and ones will reach here the physical layer. Then data link layer, what happens? The data link layer, the frames will be packed into frames. Then here in network layer, the routers will be there. The router checks the routing table. It checks for IP address, the source IP address and destination IP address, and it will check it, and it will transfer the packet to a particular destination. And here the transport layer, again, it will check for end-to-end delivery, and the data is being packed into segments, and from the segments it reaches the session layer. And here what happens? Here encoding happens in the transmitter. Here decoding. Okay, first வந்து encrypt பண்றோம், இப்போ வந்து decrypt பண்ணுவோம். Okay, இங்க வந்து compression பண்ணுவோம், இது decompression பண்ணுவோம். Okay, once I decompress the data, then I can receive in the receiver side. Okay, the original data will be retrieved in the receiver side. Okay, see, this is the 7 layers of OSI model. Okay, and now we can see each and every layer functioning in detail. Okay, so you may think, why so many layers? ஏன் மேம் எதுக்கு 7 லேயர்ஸ் வச்சிருக்கீங்க, ஒரே ஒரு லேயர் போதும்ல அப்படின்னு நினைக்கலாம். கரெக்டா? எதனால 7 லேயர்ஸ் வச்சிருக்கோம்? எனி ஐடியா? ஒரு லேயர் பார்த்தாதான், ஏன் 7 லேயர்ஸ் வச்சிருக்கணும்? Why we are going for 7 layers? See, we have a OSI model, we have 7 layers, right? Why are you going for 7 layers? Instead, I can have 1 layer, right? ஒரு லேயர் இருந்தாலே போதும்ல, ஏன் 7 லேயர்ஸ் வச்சிருக்கோம்? Guys, why we are going for 7 layers? Is it புரியுதா? Any doubt in this? Batmavasan? Yes, Batmavasan.
Ma'am?
Yes, Ravoli. Yes, Batmavasan. Why we are going for 7 layers? Instead, we can go for 1 layer, right? எதனால 7 layers வரும்?
மேம் இப்போ ஒரு லேயர்னா ஈஸியா தாண்டி வந்துடலாம் மேம். 7 லேயர்னா கொஞ்சம் டிஃபிகல்ட்டா இருக்குல்ல.
Batmavasan, actually we are having 7 layers, okay? 7 layers எதுக்காக வச்சிருக்கோம்னா, ஈச் லேயர்ஸ் வந்து ஒவ்வொரு லேயர் ஒவ்வொரு ஃபங்க்ஷன் வந்து பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணும். ஓகேவா? ஒரே லேயரா இருந்தா டாஸ்க் பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணக்க டஃப்பா இருக்கும். ஓகே ஓகே, தேங்க்யூ பத்மவாசன். தேங்க்யூ ராகுல். See, if you are having many layers, okay, the work will be split to each and every layer. Okay, so reduce the complexity of the work, we are going for many layers. புரிஞ்சுதா? See, இப்போ வந்து ஒரு ஸ்கூல்ல வச்சுக்கோ. ஓகே, ஸ்கூல்ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரே ஒரு ஹெட் மாஸ்டர் மட்டும் இருந்தா என்ன ஆகும்? அவங்க அவங்க மட்டும் எல்லா கிளாஸ் எடுக்க முடியுமா? See, they can't do it, right? ஒருத்தர் மட்டும் ஒரு ஃபுல்லா ஒரு ஆர்கனைசேஷனை ரன் பண்ண முடியாது, அப்படிதானே? நிறைய அது வந்து பிசிக்ஸ் ஒரு டீச்சர் வேணும், கெமிஸ்ட்ரி, மேக்ஸ், அந்த மாதிரி தனித்தனியா ஒவ்வொரு டீச்சர்ஸ் வேணும், ரைட்? அதே மாதிரிதான் நிறைய லேயர்ஸ் இருந்தாங்கன்னா ஈச் அண்ட் எவ்ரி லேயர்ஸ் வந்து ஒவ்வொரு லேயரும் ஒவ்வொரு டாஸ்க் வந்து பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணும். ஓகேவா? அப்போ வந்து காம்ப்ளெக்சிட்டி வந்து ரெடியூஸ் ஆகும். ஓகே, ஒவ்வொரு லேயரும் வந்து ஒவ்வொரு டாஸ்க் கொடுத்துட்டோம்னா என்ன ஆகும்? ஈஸியா இருக்கும். ஓகே, எல்லா டாஸ்க்கும் ஒரே லேயர் பண்றப்போ இதுக்கும் டிஃபரன்ஸ் இருக்குல்ல. அதனாலதான் என்ன பண்றோம்னா we are going for many layers in OSI model to reduce the complexity of a work. Okay, and also each layer will perform the function. It will send the data to a adjacent layers. Is it clear? Okay, this is a reason for many layers. Okay, yes, this is the example for our layering architecture. Example, the air travel. Okay, kind of what we'll do now in air travel, just we'll purchase the ticket, then we will baggage it, checking will happening, and the gate, that is we are going to load the people, then take off, then what happens now? The aeroplane will be routing, then landing off, right? The same procedure here also. Okay, just we are going to send the data will be decoded, encoded, and it will be converted into the segments and then frames, then bits, then the data at the end is decompressed. Okay, the same example. Okay. And this is the various layers. Okay, and I have mentioned here the functioning of each and every layers. Okay, you can go through it. The layer 7, it is used for the user support layer, and the layer 6 is the presentation layer. It will decode the session. Okay, it will compress the data. Okay, and here the encryption will be happening here in presentation, and in session layer, the session layer will terminate. It establishes the session, it transfer the data and terminates the session. Okay, and transport layer, the process to process delivery of data and acknowledgement of data will happening in transport layer. And here in the network layer, okay, what happens now? The router will be checking the routing table and it will pass the data to a destination. And here the node-to-node delivery within the network is the functioning of this network layer. Then data link layer, it adds a MAC address by seeing the MAC address table. Okay, and it will route the packet to a proper destination. And physical layer, it converts the data into zeros and ones. Okay, this is a functioning. Okay, and next is kind of this is the main thing. Okay, see the diagram. As I said before, there will be entry question on this. Okay, what is the device used in data link layer? They'll be asking the question like this. Okay, or they'll ask this: what is the device used in network layer? What is the device used in physical layer? Okay, there will be questions on this. Okay, so please make note of it. Physical layer, we are going to use hubs and repeaters. Okay, kana idu vandu nalla paathuko. Kana இந்த ஒரு 2-3 ஸ்லைடு காமிப்பேன். அந்த 2-3 ஸ்லைட்ஸ் இருந்தே உங்களுக்கு 4-5 கொஸ்டின்ஸ் வரும். Okay, see, this question is very very important one. Okay, they'll ask it, which device is used in which layers? Okay, so you want to say that hubs and repeaters are used in physical layer. Okay, switches are used in data link layer. Switch is a layer 2 device. Okay, it is a data link layer. It is used in data link layer. Okay, which can understand the MAC address of a system. Okay, MAC address is nothing but the hardware address of our computer. Okay, so seeing the MAC address, what happens now? The source MAC address and destination MAC address will be there, and based seeing that, what happens? The switch will route the packet to a destination. Okay, see the hop to hop delivery is the functioning of this switches that is in data link layer. Okay, and router, coming to the router is a layer 3 device. The network layer, it will be working, and the router is responsible for source to destination delivery of packets. Okay, this is the functioning of router. Okay, that is network layer, source to destination of packet delivery within the network. Okay, that is your network layer. Next one, process to process delivery happens in the transport layer. Process to process சொன்னேன்ல, இந்த சிஸ்டம்ல இருந்து இந்த சிஸ்டம் ஃபுல்லா கம்ப்ளீட்டா போறதுதான் ப்ராசஸ் டு ப்ராசஸ் டெலிவரி. ஓகே, அது நெட்வொர்க் லேயர்னா ஒரு நெட்வொர்க்ல இருக்கிற டேட்டா வந்து transfer பண்ற network layer. Okay, and here session layer, application to application, and also here also these three we are not going to use any devices, only protocols we are going to use in application, presentation, and session layer. Okay, please make note of this. Devices used in OSI layers, very very important. Okay, and this one we have learned, right? The intermediate devices, hubs, these are hubs, routers and switches. These are switch, router, hub. Okay, yes, and this is also a important question, please make note of it. How the data will be in the application layer? Okay, you want to know it, right? See here, initially my data, the message will be in the form of data here, and presentation also it will be in the form of data. The session layer also it will be in the form of data. Okay, see once it enters the transport layer, my data it will be converted into segments. Okay, see, can you see here, in segments will be there in transport layer. See, once it reaches the network, the segments will be converted to a packets. Okay, and data link layer, you know it, right? The packet will be converted into frames. Okay, finally the frames will be converted into zeros and ones, that is bits, zeros and ones. Okay, is it clear? Kind of the question will be like this: how the data will be in the data link layer? Kind of what is the answer? Kind of what is the answer? Say how the data will be in the data link layer, which format? ஆனால் எப்படி இருக்கும் டேட்டா லிங்க் லேயர்ல நம்ம சென்ட் பண்ற டேட்டா வந்து டேட்டா லிங்க் லேயர்ல என்ன ஃபார்மேட்ல இருக்கும்? செக்மெண்ட்ஸா இருக்குமா, பேக்கெட்ஸா இருக்குமா, ஃப்ரேம்ஸா இருக்குமா, பிட்ஸா இருக்குமா? Very good, frames. Very good, Rahul. Frames. Okay, and how about the network layer? How the data will be? kind of network layer எப்படி இருக்கும்? See, in the network layer, how the data will be? How the data will be in the network layer? It's packets, right? Very good. It's a packets. Okay, just we are going to use the packets, and it will be in the form of packets. Okay, yes. See, next, this is how the exchange of, yes, very good, Shiva, packets. Okay, see, this is how the exchange of data is happening in the OSI model. Yes. Is the screen is visible? Yes. Exchange using OSI model. See here, the from first laptop, this I'm going to send the data. It reaches D7, that is data link layer. Okay, the header will be added. Okay. See, what is meant by header? Mean it just contains the information of the source address and destination address. Okay, that is the header. இங்க இருக்குலடா header H7, H6 இதெல்லாம் இருக்குல்ல, இதெல்லாம் என்னன்னா சோர்ஸோட அட்ரஸும் டெஸ்டினேஷனோட அட்ரஸும் இதுல இருக்கும். ஓகே, அப்பதானே தெரியும் நம்ம வந்து எங்க டிரான்ஸ்ஃபர் பண்ணணும் டேட்டாவை அப்படின்னு தெரியணும்ல. அதுக்காக என்ன பண்றோம்னா ஒவ்வொரு லேயர் வரையிலையும் நம்ம ஹெட்டர்ஸ் வந்து ஆட் பண்ணுவோம். ஓகே, அப்புறம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா டேட்டா லிங்க் லேயர் மட்டும் டெய்லர்ஸ் சொல்லுவோம், T2. ஓகே, வில் பி ஆடிங் ஹெட்டர்ஸ் அண்ட் டெய்லர்ஸ் இன் டேட்டா லிங்க் லேயர் to know about the MAC address of a system, the source system and destination. Okay, see the data will be coming here like this, and here what happens, the packets will be there and frames, and the frame will be converted into zeros and ones, and the zeros and ones will be transmitted to transmission medium. Either I can go for wired communication or wireless communication, and then it reaches the destination. And here what all the encryption we have done here, here it will be happening the decryption, decoding of a data, and it will reach the destination. Okay, this is the functioning of exchanging using 7 layers. Okay, wait, I'll show you the picture. Yes, the each and every layers we can see the functioning. Okay, the first one, the physical layer. Okay, the physical layer is nothing but a basic layer, the first layer, which is responsible for the propagation of data in the form of bits, that is zeros and ones. Okay, see this layer, it will specify the physical characteristics, the electrical characteristics, and also the function procedure standards. Okay, for example, what type of communication, whether I want to have a fiber optic cable or Ethernet cable, okay, or I want to have a access point, the wireless medium, okay. So it also defines the connections, okay, what type of connections I need, whether RJ45 connection or Ethernet cables, okay, and also the voltages, what are the maximum voltage, minimum voltage, okay, those things we can see in physical layer, okay. And physical layer, the topologies, we have learned about the topologies, right? What are the topologies we have learned? See, what are the topologies we have learned? I think before 2 days before we have learned, right? The topologies. What are they? Have you remember the topologies? Yes, very good, Priyadashini. Star, ring, mist, right? See this layer, very good. See this layer, the physics, yes, yes, Pradeep. Ring, mist, yes. Star, yes. Very good, Pradeep. See, these are the topologies. We are going to decide the topology, which topology I want to use. Okay, those information this physical layer will decide. Okay, and also the transmission speed, the bandwidth, okay, the transmission type, whether I can go for point to point or multi-point or bit synchronization or medium of communication, the signal encoding, okay, the signal data rate, bandwidth, everything will be taken care by this physical layer. Okay. See the diagram. This is how the data will come from data link layer and it will reach the physical layer. It will be form of zeros and ones and it will reach the transmission BTM. Okay. Yes. Network media we have seen, right? The network media in the sense we are going to use the cables. The data is encoded into electrical impulses in the case of Ethernet cable, or if I use the fiber optic cable, I can go for the light. Okay, the pulses of light I can transmit, or in the case of wireless transmission, I can transmit by electromagnetic waves. Okay, I think we have seen it, right? These are the cables, the copper cable. Okay, and the first one is the copper, and this is your fiber optic cable, and these are the connectors, the RJ45 connection, and this is a fiber optic connection. Okay, and wireless, you know it, right? It is a wireless access point. We are going to use it, and twisted pair cable also. You'll be having the 4 pairs of twisted pair cable. Okay, I'll be showing in the hands-on session. Okay, how to connect this. Okay, and you'll be having 4 colors and 4 pairs will be there. 2 wires are twisted. Okay, and this is the connection RJ45 connection. We are going to connect in LAN, local area connection. Okay, and these are shielded and unshielded twisted pair. It will look like this. Okay, is coming to data link layer. The functions of data link layer is to have a error-free communication. Okay, see we have many data. The data or what is it? We are just segmented it, right? So the orderly flow of data. Okay, and நம்ம அனுப்புற data எப்படி இருக்கணும்? Order flow ஆகணும். இல்லாட்டி என்ன ஆகும்? Message will be shuffled. Okay, so we want to have a orderly flow of data. Okay, that for this purpose we are going to have a data link layer. Okay, so it provides and it activates and maintains and deactivates the data communication between the nodes. Okay, see the function of data link layer is to have a flow control, error control, and access control. Okay, these are the functions of our data link layer. Okay, you want to make note of it. See MCQs, I will be asking what is the function of data link layer. Okay, so you want to mention this. Okay, the flow control, error control, access control, and framing and addressing. These are the functions of data link layer. You want to study this. Okay, and this is how the data will be coming from the data link layer to the next layer, that is to physical layer. Can you see here? The headers and trailers. T2 is a trailer, H2 is a header. Okay, see from network layer, the data will be coming here, that is to a data link layer. The headers and trailers is being added and it will go to physical layer. I'll show you the diagram. Yes, can I see this diagram? See, this is a scenario. Okay, see here the data is being reached the data link layer. Can you see here the data? This is our message. Okay, நம்ம அனுப்புற மெசேஜ் தான் இது. இதுல பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஹெட்டர்ஸ் இருக்கா? இது வந்து ட்ரெய்லர், T2 வந்து ட்ரெய்லர், இது வந்து ஹெட்டர். ஓகே, நம்ம ஹெட்டர்ல நான் என்ன சொல்லியிருக்கேன்? சோர்ஸ் டேட்டா அட்ரஸ் இருக்கும், டெஸ்டினேஷன் அட்ரஸ் இருக்கும்னு சொல்லியிருக்கேன். அப்போ வந்து பாருங்க ஹெட்டர்ல 10 இருக்கா? இந்த 10ங்கிறது என்னது? சோர்ஸோட அட்ரஸ். ஓகே, இங்க பாருங்க சோர்ஸோட அட்ரஸ் என்ன இருக்கு? 10 இருக்கா? டெஸ்டினேஷன் அட்ரஸ் என்ன இருக்கு? 85. ஓகே, அப்போ சோர்ஸ் வந்து 10, 85ங்கிறது டெஸ்டினேஷன் அட்ரஸ். அப்போ நம்ம அனுப்புற மெசேஜ், இந்த டேட்டா இருக்குல்ல, நம்ம அனுப்புற மெசேஜ் வந்து எப்படி ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் ஆகும்? சோர்ஸ் அட்ரஸ்ல இருந்து டெஸ்டினேஷன் அட்ரஸ்க்கு ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் ஆகும். அப்போ 10ங்கிற சிஸ்டம்ல இருக்கிற டேட்டா வந்து 87ல இருக்கிற சிஸ்டம்க்கு ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் ஆகும். Okay, that is the meaning of this headers. Okay, I'm going to transfer the data from source computer 10 to a destination computer 87. Okay, this is the header information I'm going to add along with my data. Okay, is it clear? Next, is it clear, guys? Any doubt in this? Any doubt? Okay. Shall we move on to network layer? Okay, see, this one network layer is responsible for routing a packet, that is from source to destination. I'm going to route the packet. Okay, here routers are used in network layer. Okay, see, network layer, the data is in the form of packets. Okay, I'm going to have a packets, and the successful delivery of packets is being ensured in this network layer. Okay, that is a function of network layer, end-to-end delivery of packets within the network. Okay, see here also from transport layer, I'm going to add the data, that is headers, and it will reach the data. Okay, it will reach the data link layer. Okay, see here, this is how the hop-to-hop delivery, that is from one network. See, from here, the message will be sent. See, from here, the message will be sent to next router, and from the routers, okay, it will reach to the other router, and the hop-to-hop delivery will be taking place in network layer. Okay. And next one, transport layer. Transport layer is responsible for source to destination delivery. Okay, that is the process to process segment delivery, and also the segmentation and reassembly of data will taking place in this transport layer. Okay, and it also provides the connection oriented and also the connectionless oriented protocols. We call as a UDP and TCP. Okay, user datagram protocol and transmission control protocol. These are the protocols used in transport layer for controlling purpose. Okay, the main thing is that it flow control and error control and segmentation and reassembly of the packets will taking places in this transport layer. Okay, the reliable transfer of data will happening in this transport layer. Okay, see the diagram. This is how from the session layer the data will be entering to the next layer, that is the headers and the trailers. Okay, the header is being added to each data, the data whichever coming from the session layer, the header information is added and then it passes to the next layer. Okay, in receiver side, what happens now, this header information will be taken off and it will be retrieved, the data will be passed to a session layer. Okay, this is how the transfer happens. Okay, next one, session layer. Session layer is a typical dialogue that is to establish the session, to transfer the data, and to end the conversation. We are just going to use it, and it defines how to start the program, how to control it, and how to end the conversations that is between the applications. Okay, and also the session layer is responsible for our network availability. See, we are just logging on, right? Log on, log off procedures, right? Those will be controlled by this session layer. Session layer will include those log on, log off, and user authentication. We are typing the passwords, right? Those things will be taken care by this session layer. Okay, and this is the session layer, and see here I'm going to add the headers and it will pass the data to a transport layer. Okay, and coming to presentation, the format, okay, the syntax and semantics we call as a presentation layer. Okay, it will decide the syntax and the procedure, the schematics of a data. Okay, it will compress the data, it will encrypt the data. Okay, we'll be having the cryptography, right? Those things will be handled. Okay, they will be responsible for it, and it will compress the data and translate into a common format, and they will transmit to a next layer. Okay, the presentation layer will translate the multiple data formats just using the translation, the cryptography like that, and it will exchange transfer the data to the next layer. Okay, And finally, the application layer. The application layer is nothing but the user access layer. It enables the user to access the network, and we are going to see various type of protocols. That is SMTP, file transfer protocol, database management protocols, okay, and it will reach the destination. Okay. See, again, this is a very, very important one. Please make note of it. See, these are again, this is entry question. What are the protocols used in different layers? Okay. Kind of 4 main questions they'll be asking. First one, what is the device used in various layers, and what is the protocols used in various layers, and what are the functions? For example, if it is routers or switches, okay, which device is used in which layer and what is the function of it? Okay, these are the questions in your interview. Okay. See, coming to application layer, the application layer have a many protocols. We call it as a HTTP. That is hypertext transfer protocol for transferring the message. Okay. Then FTP, file transfer protocol. Okay. And IRC, that's internet relay chat. Okay. And also SSH, secure cell. Okay. And DNS, domain name service. Okay. So these are the various protocols used in different layers. See, presentation, I'm having SSL, FTP, again IMAP, SSH. Okay. Session layer, I'm having API, that is the internet protocol. Okay. And transport layer, I'm going to have a TCP, UDP, user datagram protocol, and also SCTP, DCCP, like that. Okay. Network layer, I'm going to have IP, that is internet protocol security. Okay, IPsec security. Okay, and also data link layer, I'm going to have Ethernet, SS, SLIP, and FDDI. Okay, like that. And physical layer, I have only coaxial fibers and wireless Ethernet standards. Okay, so please do remember. And the layers, okay, these top layers I'll be calling as a higher layer, middle one, that is transport layer, middle layer, and these are the lower layers. Okay, these are the protocols used. Please make note of it. The protocols. And I think if I put a slideshow only, it will open. Yes, this is the activity. Can anyone say what is the option for it? Identify the correct order of OSing layers. Can I end the option correct? A, B, C, D. We have 4 options. Which option is correct?
B.
B, yeah. B correct.
C.
C, yeah. C, yeah, B, yeah. Application,
C.
presentation, session, transport, network, data link. C. Okay, very good. C. In a 4th layer, I never know. Transport layer. Very good. C. Okay, this is your layer. Just we can see the TCP IP model, the overview, and we can end the session. Okay. See the first one, the TCP IP model. This is the internet model. Okay. நம்ம வந்து internet use பண்றோம்லடா அந்த internetோட என்ன model, reference modelல நம்ம படிக்க போறோம். Okay. See, TCP IP stands for Transmission Control Protocol Internet Protocol. Okay, this is the protocol of our internet. It is a reference model. Okay, TCP IP. Sorry, OSI is a reference model. The TCP is a existing model where we are going to use it in our internet. Okay, then we are going to see the compare and contrast of OSI and TCP and application of TCP. Okay, I'll finish it off quickly. Yes. See, TCP is a universally recognized model. Okay, the TCP is a Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol is the open standard for our internet. Okay. See, for example, I'm communicating with different devices, right? I can 2 computers that is in different part of the world. We are connecting, right? We are just sending a mail. Within fraction of seconds, it is reaching there, right? So those are happening only because of this TCP IP model protocol. Okay. இப்போ என்ன ஆகும்? இப்போ யூனிவர்சலா ரெகக்னைஸ் ஆகலைன்னா இந்த மாடல் வந்து நம்ம வந்து காமனா ஒரு மாடல் யூஸ் பண்ணல என்ன ஆகும்? இப்போ இன்டர்நெட்டுக்கு வந்து TCP IP மாடல் நம்ம யூஸ் பண்றோம். ஓகேவா? இப்போ வந்து நம்ம அந்த மாதிரி காமனா ஒரு யூனிவர்சல் மாடல் நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணலைன்னா என்ன ஆகும்? What happens? Guys, this question புரியுதா? இப்போ வந்து நம்ம இன்டர்நெட்டுக்கு TCP IP மாடல் யூஸ் பண்றோம். ஓகேவா? ஆனா இப்போ வந்து யூனிவர்சலா இது வந்து யூஸ் பண்றோம் நம்ம. இப்போ வந்து யூனிவர்சலா அப்படி நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணலைன்னா என்ன ஆகும்? இப்போ வந்து நம்ம வந்து இந்தியால வந்து TCP/IP யூஸ் பண்ணலாம் சரியா. வேற ஏதாச்சும் நாட்டுல, அதாவது கனடா, யூஎஸ் அந்த மாதிரி வேற ஏதாவது நாட்டுல வேற ரெஃபரன்ஸ் மாடல் யூஸ் பண்ணாங்கன்னா என்ன ஆகும்? நம்ம மெசேஜ் அனுப்புறது சென்ட் ஆக முடியுமா? சென்ட் பண்ணலாமா? ரிசீவ் பண்ண முடியுமா? கைஸ், எஸ் ஆர் நோ? Priyadharshini, very good. No. Very good. We can't send it, right? See, we should be having a universal model. Okay, universal ஃபுல்லாவே நம்ம வந்து ஒரே மாடல் தான் வந்து நம்ம ரெஃபர் பண்ணோம். ஓகே, இப்போ வந்து ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் ஒவ்வொரு ஸ்டேட்ல, ஒவ்வொரு கண்ட்ரில ஒவ்வொருத்தரும் ஒவ்வொரு மாடல் யூஸ் பண்ணா நம்ம யாருக்குமே மெசேஜ் சென்ட் பண்ண முடியாது. ஓகே, so in order to have a communication between two computers in different part of the world, I'm going to have a universally recognized model. Okay, that is the internet model. That is the open standard for internet. It is being followed by all the manufacturers, all the companies everywhere, every countries, everywhere. Okay, not only in India, everywhere. We are in universe, we are going to have this TCP/IP model. Okay, I think this thing I have said you right. Each and every manufacturers, they will be using this model. Okay, then only we can communicate the data between two devices. Okay, since D-Link also, they will be producing the routers. Dell computers are there, Cisco, everywhere we have different parts we have, right? So each and every manufacturers everywhere in the universe, they should follow a TCP/IP model in order to make a communication between two devices. Okay, this is the TCP/IP model developed in 1974. That is a communication protocol model. Okay, and TCP/IP model. See here, this is a rule book. Okay, see, I will come to the features. See, the features of this TCP/IP is that it is a flexible architecture, robust, and communication is very easy in the TCP/IP model, where we can develop we can have a 5 layers. Okay, kana OSI layers level irundhudu 7 layers irundha. Inga parunga TCP/IP la 5 layers da irukum. Okay, appuram pathina functional layers nu paathamna 4 layers da main layers irukum. Okay va? See here, in the TCP model, even though it is developed prior to the OSI model, okay, it is not similar to OSI. This will be having some different functionalities. I'll show you. The TCP/IP is a 4-layered smart floor layers. We'll be calling the 4-layer architecture. The OSI, we are having 7 layers. In TCP, we'll be having only 4 layers. Okay. See, the 4 layers are nothing but the physical standards. Physical layer and data link layer is being combined, and network layer, then application layer, and transport layer. The 4 things. Okay. Wait, I'll show you. Yes. See the diagram. See the diagram now? Yes. See, the first one, OSI layer, I have 7 layers, whereas in TCP/IP, the physical layer and data link layer is being combined to one layer named as a network access layer. And the network layer, I call here as an internet layer, and transport layer here as such the transport layer, and the top 3 layers is being combined to application. Okay, is it clear? OSI, I have 7 layer. TCP, I have only 4 layer. Application layer, transport layer, internet layer, network access layer. Okay, application layer, transport layer, internet layer, and network access layer. This is the 4 layers of TCP. Okay, let's show you the function of TCP and protocol, and then we can wind up. Okay, see, these are the function, 4 layers, right? TCP/IP, application, transport, internet, and network interface. Okay, application layer, it is used to access to the internet. Transport layer, it provides reliable process-to-process delivery of messages. And internet layer, what happens now? It moves the packet from source to destination. Okay, and network interface just responsible for transmission of data between the two networks. Okay, these are the various protocols. See here, the application layer, I'll be having the protocols such as Telnet. Telnet is nothing but terminal network. Okay, for example, if I want to have a connection between the 2 different network, I can go for Telnet, that is secure cell, SSH will be saying, secure cell protection. Okay, so I can log into that and I can go for Telnet connection. Okay, and I can go for FTP, SMTP, DNS. Okay, and remote machines. Okay, I can connect to remote machines by using this Telnet operation. Okay, and transport layer also the same functions. the end-to-end delivery, and here also we can arrange the packets and we can go check the errors. Okay. And third one, internet layer. It is nothing but the internet layer IP protocol. The internet protocol layer, it helps to travel the packets, that is from source to destination. And here also it holds the whole architecture, that is it helps the packet to travel independently to the destination. There is network to network delivery will happen here. Okay. And this is how the data travels. And yes, this is the main thing. They'll be asking the internet service providers. Okay. Kind of internet service providers or the IETF, we call it the Internet Engineering Task Force. Okay, these are some of the providers where our router will be connected to these servers. Okay, and then by the servers only we are going to connect to internet. Okay, that is internet service providers, IETF and ICANN, Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. Okay, and also IAB, Internet Architecture Board. These are the internet service providers. They will provide the connections. Okay. And coming to the protocols, these are the various protocols used in TCP/IP model. We learned it, right? The Telnet, FTP, DHCP. DHCP is a dynamic host control configuration protocol, where for assigning the dynamic IP address to my system, I can have this DHCP, dynamic host configuration protocol, and TFTP. Kind of FTP is file transfer protocol. What is TFTP? Can anyone knows the answer? What is TFTP? Can idella interview la kepanga kandipa kepanga. Okay, if the HR is from your networking domain, sure they'll be asking these questions. What is FTP? Can avanga the architecture 16 mark question illa vandu 5 mark question 6 mark question la kekka maatanga. Okay va, indha mari enna application theriyum, enna protocols theriyum ungalku, enna devices indha mari da kepanga. Okay, avanga enna kepanga, what is the full form for THCP? What is the full form for TFTP? What is the use of DNS? What is the use of SNMP? And the மாதிரி கேட்பாங்க. Okay. And what is TFTP? You can search in it and you can say the answer. What is TFTP? FTP means file transfer protocol. What is TFTP? This one, last one. If you have listened my class, you would have answered. I said this name. TFTP, what is that full form for TFTP? Any idea? Very good, Nitin Nanda. I think Nitin is very good. Yes, trivial file transfer protocol. Very good. See, trivial file transfer protocol is the full form for TFTP. For large or big files, we are going to use the TFTP. Then HTTP, hypertext transfer protocol. SMTP, simple mail transfer protocol. DNS, domain name service. Okay. And these are some of the protocols, that is ICAM, IARP, address resolution protocol, okay, and internet protocol, network interfaces. These are some of the protocols used. Okay. See, if you want, I will share you the PPT. See, I have given the explanation for all things. See, internet group message protocol. See, ICAM, then also internet relay chat will be there, IRM. Okay, that is the chatting we are doing, right? That is in WhatsApp. Those protocols we are using is ICM, okay, ICMP, that is Internet Protocol Control Message Protocol. Okay, these are some of the protocols. See, this is how it will transfer. See, the three protocols. Okay, it will send the packets between web browsers. Okay, that is HTTP, transmission protocol, internet protocol, and Ethernet. See, once we send the message that is from our system, it will reach the internet like this, and the messages, it will pass through all the layers: application, transport layer, internet layer, then internet access layer. Can you see here? See, this is how the internet works. Okay, our message, it will send to browser and it will reach application, transport, internet, and network. Each layer, this protocol will be working. Can you see here? Network layer, network access, the Ethernet protocol will be working. Then here, internet IP protocol. Here, the TCP IP, transmission control protocol in transport layer, then HTTP in application. Okay, this is how the TCP IP works. And only one more slide. Yes, these and all I have explained. See, Telnet also terminal network. You can go through this. See, for file sharing, we are, see, this is a very, very important entry question. Please make note of this. See, FTP for file transfers, SMTP for mail and for receiving mails, and for server messages, IMAP, then Telnet for remote computers, DNS for IP addressing assigned to web, and online chat, IRC, that is Internet Relay Chat. IRC is that we are using for online chat. Okay, நம்ம chat பண்றோம்டா chat பண்றதுல என்ன யூஸ் பண்றோம்னு கேட்பாங்க இன்டர்வியூல. Okay, you want to say that IRC, Internet Relay Chat, is used for online chats. Okay, you should know these terms. Okay, please go through this. And also is I have given you the responsibilities. This also you can go through this. Yes, coming to similarities, they'll ask this comparison between TCP and OSI. This is 4 layer, this is 7 layer. It is more reliable and this is less reliable. And TCP do not have strict boundaries, it has strict boundaries. Okay. And coming to the application, yes, kind of application of TCP is that I can transfer large number of files and more traffic. That is, it is reliable communication, it not be corrupted, and it is a client server architecture, and it is highly scalable, and it can be operated independently, and it uses several protocols. Okay. Yes, these are some of the applications of protocol. Okay. Yes, today we have seen the various OSI layers, and also we have seen the TCP IP model, right? We have seen 7 layers, and just we can recall and we can bind off. Okay, and what are the 7 layers in OSI? We have 7 layers: physical layer, data link layer, network, transport, session, presentation, and application. Okay, and each and every layers we have seen the function, how it data transfer, and we have seen the TCP IP model, the model for internet, and we have seen the various applications protocol, right? Any doubt in this?